Ladies and gentlemen, I am still not big on politicians. I never will be. I mean, let's face it. Tom Steyer, I think that's his last name, Steyer, is a candidate for African American voters, argues outreach director. So lately he's been coming out and been in support of reparations. But, we always got to proceed with caution when we hear these things from candidates because ultimately when they are talking about reparations, they are talking about programs. And we know we don't want programs. Waterloo, when it comes to appealing to Black voters, the campaigns of the major Democratic nominees for president are trying various tactics, from releasing plan dealing with criminal justice reform. They always want to talk to us about that, despite the fact that most of the Black community are not criminals. To play up endorsements from key African American legislators and officials for the campaign of Tom Steyer. That strategy includes sending an African American outreach director to Waterloo, the most racially diverse city in Iowa, and other large Iowa cities. I became more interested in Tom Steyer talking about reparations, said Axel Adams, who has been traveling the state, including to Waterloo last week. There are not many who will speak up about reparations and how African Americans have contributed to this country. With the exits of U.S. Senator Kamala Harris, who was not for reparations, Julian Castro, and U.S. Senator Cory Booker, who was against it and then for it, and then he was really all for HR 40 and then came out with his version. So it was, Cory was full of crap. The field has got racially diverse as the Iowa caucuses draw near. Okay, so this was before then. In this campaign, we are very intentional in reaching out to the African Americans and Hispanics, he said. What I've been hearing from individuals on the ground, a lot of campaigns have dismissed African American voters. Adams said he stopped in Des Moines last week and was told some areas had not been visited by campaign, any presidential campaign. I guess it is because, in my thought, the percentage of African Americans are low here, but you can't dismiss them. There's power in the vote, he said. Steyer's reparation plan is not completely fleshed out. He said he wants to invest $125 billion in historically Black colleges and university and supports the commission to study and develop reparations proposals for African American Act. It's not a discussion of how much, but a discussion of how and when and who to say in Tom's code word. Cut the check, Adams said. And we have to figure out with the commission to talk about how and in which way we can disseminate these reparations. I got to hear what this man got to say. I'm going to listen to it, and if it's just a boatload of programs, I'm going to drag them, because we are not asking for programs. We're asking for reparations. And trust me, these candidates know they know the difference, y'all. They're just full of shit. In my mind, whatever happens in Waterloo and Iowa in some ways may mimic what happens in South Carolina, Adams said. In Waterloo, they're being watched all over the country to see what African Americans have to say about Tom Steyer. Okay. So, he's not at the top like somebody like Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden, but they said he is rising in the polls. They do see him, actually gaining some momentum. So again, it's really hard to back these people. Here he is right here. It's hard to back a lot of these people without seeing we just want to see a full plan. And that plan just can't miss any type of financial compensation. I'm sorry, you did that for everyone else. We are expecting the same thing. So we'll see what he has to say. I'll follow it and do updates on this as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now he's the only candidate in the bunch that is talking about reparations. Because Marianne Williamson, she's no longer part of the group. And Tom, he's a billionaire. So he is hanging in there just a little longer, but we shall see what he comes up with. Either he's going to put up or shut up, and we will just label him like the others in the pack. They know how to talk a good game, but it doesn't go beyond that. And we are sick of that, for real. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.